What's up, guys? Danny here. So this is a video just to show you guys how to utilize this Excel spreadsheet to track stats in volleyball. So the first page here, you have to add your team name and the opponent's team's name. So those are mandatories. And then after you do that, you should assign a shortcut letter for your team members. And we'll be using letters for our own team, and we'll be using numbers for the opponent team, right? So just make sure to add the letters here and adding the numbers for the other team. The other thing here that we have to assign is the shortcuts. So those are the default shortcuts here, but you can change them if you want to. So for instance, we are using S for serve, but you could use something else. You could use another letter. And so this is pretty much all you have to do here. And then there's some references here. You guys can check that out later if you want to. So the first thing you have to do here is to assign the initial rotation for your players. So let me zoom in here. Um, so we can see that there are the six positions on volleyball here. So you would just put the shortcut letters of the players who are starting that set. And on addition to that, you should also assign the position of the setter. So for instance, here my setter is on position 3, which is player D here. This is just a simple way to keep track of the six rotations we have, right? So for instance, if we are talking about rotation 4, that means the setter was on position 4. This is important for analyzing stats by rotation, like showing on this box here that I'll be explaining in a minute. And then you would be doing this for the opponent's team as well. On this box is still, if you sub a player, you would use those columns here. So let's say that player V was subbed for player G, right? And then later player V went back to court, and that would be I would just put V here again, right? Very simple. Then we'll be able to see the stats here, averages. You're able to see the current rotation here, and also you are able to see the averages, the stats or the performance average for both teams and their rotations on this box here as well. And then if you go to the sign here, you can see the rotations matchup. This is useful information because maybe for the next set, you might rotate one or two rotations just to have a better matchup, right? All right, so now for inputting data, three letters. So let's do a few examples here. Let's say that we are serving. So my player V served, so S, so V, S, and then 2. Uh, and then we can see that the average is updated here. And then we can see that this player has a score now. And their player number 6 passed the ball, and it was a perfect pass. And their setter, player number 5, so 5 set the ball, which is L in my case, and it was a perfect set. And then their player number 4 attacked the ball, and it was a kill. And then you can see that the score is updated here. So now they have 1, we have 0, and we can see also where this point came from. So for instance, attack here, right? And then so they rotated. So their player number 2 serves. It was a good serve, not an ace, but it was a 2. And then whenever we put someone to serve here, depending on the rotation, you might see those positions changing here. So this is what happened to their team now. And then we pass the ball. Let's say that player C pass was a perfect pass. And then player J sets this ball. And then it was a perfect set. And then player D attacked the ball. It wasn't a kill. They dug that ball. So their player number 1 dug the ball, was a 3. And then their player number 5 set the ball perfect, a 3. And then their player number 3 counterattacked the ball, and it was a kill. And so now 2-0. So we can see that player number 2 is still serving here. So 2 now served, and they missed. And so we can see that now we have 1 here, and we can see that this point was an error from serving, right? And now we rotate, so F serves, good serve there, and so on and so forth. So I think you guys got the idea here. Always 3 letters, very simple here. And then after you do all of this, of course, you would do for the whole set here, you can go to the report here. So I have some data on the second set here, and let me show you the report. So then after you put all that data, you should be able to see the averages here. So this is by player, and also you can see all the skills here. Those columns here, those are just different metrics here. Those are described here. So those are the calculations that we are using here, but they tell the same thing, which is the performance average here, right? So for serve, pass, set, so on and so forth, for both teams. In this case here, I just tracked my player, so that's the reason we don't have the other players here. And then if you go to the side here, you have the team average here. So you can see the percentage of your serve that was a 2 or a 3. Same thing for the other team. And then here, so this is just a big summary. So this is a summary for your team, kind of just taking the averages for all the actions here in the game. And then if you go to the right here, you have points and errors by player. So this is nice because you can see the balance for each player. Like we can see that this player here has a -3. So they gave 4 points for the other team and just 1 for us. So lots of errors here. And if you keep going to the side here, so this, you can see the breakdown for each one of the players. This is nice. You can give them some feedback as well, right? And then if you wanna kind of have more raw data like this one here, if you go to the set here, and then if you just go to the right, so this is the raw data, like how many actions per evaluation here, 0, 1, 2, and 3. This is nice because you might calculate other stuff if you want to. Again, there are many ways to calculate stats in volleyball. And so if you want to calculate something else, feel free just to copy and paste this data here so you can calculate other stuff as well. Going back to the report here, the last thing here is that you can generate some charts. So you can select the team here, and then you can select the player. And then you should be able to see some charts here. Let's see if this player has any data. Let's put this. Let's plot this table, this player here, which is Janaina here. And then you should be able to see some charts here. The other thing is that you can just select this and then just copy and paste this in a Word file, in a Word document, and then you can give this as a feedback to the player, right? So this is nice because after each match, you can just copy and paste this thing into a Word file and then send to your players so they can have a nice evaluation and feedback of their performance in that game, right? And then after you did for all the sets here, if you go to all here, so this is the data for the whole game. So this is averages for the whole game here. And also there is a final report here. Again, accounting for data from the whole game here. And also you have the same charts that we had before. So you can send those to your players. Again, always nice to give them some feedback, right? And then I think that's it. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. And talk to you next time. Bye.